Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to, I think that was the clearest we've ever seen the quantum moon just disappear. Or maybe that was the only time I've noticed. Wow, the probe. Huh, if I had acted quicker, there might still be time. The probe fired from the giant steep cannon, like, almost hit Timberhearth there. I wonder how fast it's moving. Do you think we could catch it? If I had started moving right away when we got up, I bet we could have caught it. I was so distracted by the quantum moon being so large right around Timberhearth and disappearing in the blinks in between. Oh no, it's long gone. Disappearing in the blinks as we woke up there, that I didn't even realize that we would probably could have caught that probe until it was too late. Okay, that was a real weird disjointed beginning of the episode. So, what are we doing today in Outer Wilds? Well, I have a couple of things that I want to do. First of all, I was going to say, first of all, let's go to Ash Twin to figure out the rest of the teleporters. But actually, you know what? Let's go to Brittle Hollow. Where is Brittle Hollow from where I am right now? There we go. Yeah, let's go to Brittle Hollow, because there's a teleporter on Ash Twin that seems to... the text indicates that it will take you to Brittle Hollow. But it seemed like it didn't work. It's possible that I went there too late in the cycle, and whatever it was supposed to teleport to on Brittle Hollow was destroyed already. You know what? I just went out of my way to dodge the Volcano Moon, but have we actually looked at the Volcano Moon? Hold on. Hold on, let's see if there's anything... It might be possible that there's something to land on. I know that it's mostly covered in lava, but let's just have a quick look at it, shall we? This is like one of the very few things in the solar system that we haven't looked at all. Is there... I can't tell if there's something in that volcano, or if it's just, like, weird internal volcano texture. We're gonna... at great risk to ourselves and our ship, we're gonna try to get a little closer here and actually look at the whole surface of this thing. Because we don't know what this is, or why it's just been shooting lava. It looks like there's something in there, doesn't it? Okay, then we flew into the volcano on purpose. I know, guys. I know. This is a real stupid thing to do. I think there's something in that... There's something in that volcano. Okay. Alright. We can land in there. This is actually going to be kind of tough with the speed that this is rotating at. And also the non-zero chance that... Yeah, that this will happen right as we get close. Okay. that was pretty much right on top of our ship. Alright, we got to get in here pretty quickly. And I crashed us into a tiny star, I guess. It's made entirely of lava. It's not exactly the same thing as a star. There is something in that volcano. Does it matter? Is it important? I have no idea. But it's worth looking at, I think. Alright, let's see if the probe fires at the same... You know what? I just realized that I don't really understand what the deal is with the probe cannon in the loops. Like, why is it facing a different way each time? Because they're not really loops, but, like, if we were... Say Slade here. Slate? I don't remember what his name is. Slate was looking up at the sky at the moment when we wake up on the ground. Would he observe the cannon instantaneously changing positions? Because... You get what I'm saying? Like, everything is in the same place when we wake up, except for that cannon. Which means that the cannon's position at the moment we wake up only matches the position it was in an instant before we wake up on one of those loops. On most of the time, it should appear to the people who are not us, who are not participating in the loop, people who are not us or Gabbro, to suddenly change. I would very much like to know what that looks like. And why does it not reset? What about the Nomai technology causes it not to be part of the loop? Because obviously, not everything is. If everything looped the way we loop, then, like, the Ash Twin project wouldn't work. Right, in order for any kind of time travel stuff to happen, there has to be some stuff that exists independent of the time travel. right? Like other, you know, think about like, if the thing I'm saying doesn't seem to make sense to you, think about the DeLorean in Back to the Future. They're able to take the DeLorean back in time to before the DeLorean was built, because the DeLorean itself is not resetting. Right? The world around them is moving, but they and their method of travel are not. Okay, this is the volcano. Or it might be that there's stuff in more than one of the volcanoes. Maybe we just got lucky and found the same one right away. So yeah, we need to know more about exactly how the Nomai time travel technology works in order to answer that question. It turned slightly as it was flying. Who could have predicted such a thing? This is how I make this not my fault. Did I lose track of which volcano we're looking at here? I'm actually like really close to Ember Twin, which is... or not Ember Twin, Brittle Hollow, which is a little worrying. Okay, I seem to have lost sight of which one is the one. Well, at least now we know there is only one volcano that has stuff in it. It's this one. Okay, we're gonna have to roll around, which we... no, that's not it. Okay, everything's fine. We're gonna have to roll around prior to going into the volcano, because we have to move pretty quickly once it's time. It's actually really hard to do this. If you're wondering why I'm doing such a bad job, here's my excuse. It's hard, and I'm bad at things. Okay, alright. We're going. Fire. I am stuck on the wall in kind of an interesting way. I'm a little worried that if I roll away, I'm gonna fall. Okay. Woo! Exactly how we were supposed to do that, I'm sure. Oh, hey, there is actually interesting stuff here. Can I... yes, repair the cockpit, please. So the bad news is... I'm not sure if the projection pit is going to be able to show us whatever it's supposed to show us, given that I parked the ship in it. And the other bad news is I don't think I can safely move the ship. What is this? Okay, the Timber Hearth projection stone. Have we seen what is behind the Timber Hearth projection stone before? Is this one that we found elsewhere? Oh, right. The pit where we found the first projection stone things. Well, there is also a wall over here so that we can observe some text. Provided that I didn't... nope, I absolutely did put the ship's landing gear directly on top of the thing. Well, that's just, like, really inconvenient. Okay, we're going to get back up in the ship, and we're going to try to move it over slightly. Very, very slightly. Having a really hard time actually getting it to move. There we go. There we go. That's probably good enough. I'm really afraid to move it very much because I don't want to end up putting the landing entrance over a pit, just like dropping us directly into the lava when we step out. All right, so what did I do with the stone? Put it on the ground somewhere. There it is. I do not believe we have seen this text before. Friends in the Timber Hearth mines, can you send us more ore samples to us can you send more ore samples to us for testing? We'll send more samples to Hollow's Lantern immediately. My gratitude. The last ore you sent survives the longest in direct heat out of any we've tested. We're searching for a treatment to improve its durability. Our forge has already burned through everything you sent. You must be fired up about these tests, get it? Yes, the experiments have kindled our curiosity. Also, it's fun throwing materials into the lava. Jesus. That was like inches from me. Alright. Is it stupid to go over there? Probably, but we're going to jump over to that other platform. By the way, I really appreciate that there's just like two people having some fun doing dumb puns together, and they didn't feel the need to go, we're having fun with puns, but puns are so dumb, am I right? I feel like that's a real video game writing thing. Anytime a character uses a pun, it must be commented on about... They must specifically comment on how it is not okay to use puns. lest people think the writers of the game feel that puns are acceptable. Gotta burnish those writer creds. Okay. I can't imagine there's gonna be anything of interest up here. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna wait for one more rock to pass because I do not want to get over top of the lava and then suddenly have it vomit on us. Okay. Well, this was not terribly useful. Hey, we already knew that they were mining stuff out of Timberhearth because the Timberhearth materials were really good, right? They built something significant out of the stuff they mined from Timberhearth, because it's while they were mining on Timberhearth that they encountered the things that would eventually evolve into us, right? I think I'm remembering that right. It might be the Ash Twin Project. The Ash Twin Project might be the thing that they were... Jesus! Right. Good idea to look up occasionally while hovering around Brittle Hollow. Right, my plan here is to land near the gravity well. And let's spend a moment investigating properly the areas underneath Brittle Hollow that we couldn't get into. Because I think there's some chance... Let's refill here. I think there's some chance that I just failed to see the way forward, because we know that happens, for example, with the thing underneath... with the thing in the Sunless City. And it's also possible that we just didn't have the information we needed to get into the Quantum Tower here back then. We didn't get into the Black Hole Forge either. Let's just... we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So... how do I do not remember exactly how to get down to places. So this is a gravity cannon. In theory, this could allow us to... What does this do? How is this going to help us? Call the shuttle home, activate the gravity cannon. So if we call the shuttle home... Okay, it brings us the shuttle that we saw on the Quantum Moon, right? Ow. Are you supposed to... There's probably a better way to get it. Yeah, there's like an actual walkway. That's not a walkway, it's a support strut. There is an actual walkway, it's just over here. I should probably not use our jets to accelerate in situations where that's not necessary here, because the penalty for falling in this place is severe. Alright. So this is just Selenum's text, yeah. Okay, we saw this. We could fire the probe out. I don't know what value that could possibly have. The fact that they let us do it, the fact that we can still operate the gravity cannon, makes me wonder if we're going to have to at some point. But I can't imagine what we would use it for. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's try to get our bearings. I'm trying to walk to a place where I can see a little bit more clearly the underneath here. Where is that? Was the tower that we couldn't get into the thing that was at the South Pole? There's a problem with playing the game in short bursts over a couple of weeks, is that some stuff has evaded me. I'm trying to brush up in the rumor computer a little bit before each episode to limit the amount of video that is just me going, huh, what was that thing? How does that work? But it does not. It's not a flawless process. There are holes in the strategy. Okay, we can kind of see a bridge down there. Looks like there are structures around the other side. You know what? Let's go back up to the surface, actually. How do I get back up to the surface? Where does this go? Crossroads. You know, okay, we'll do this. I was thinking we could go back up to the surface and get the ship, and just enough of the crust of the planet is busted up that we could probably just fly around in here. Maybe what we want to do is just use the transportation network that the Nomai themselves constructed. We are pretty reliant on Nomai tech already. May as well go all in on that. Okay, part of the crossroads seems to be missing, or I went the wrong way or something. Yeah, I mean, we can already see the structures down here are pretty busted. Well, then what is my plan for... What's my plan for doing useful stuff for the rest of this cycle? If we can't get back up to the ship easily... We just have to get back to the hanging city portion of the underground here. Alright, where does this go? Maybe this will be useful to us. Oh, this takes us back up to the surface. I'm trying to remember... I cannot remember if we actually got inside the dome of the observatory or not. No, we totally did, right? Yeah, alright. I feel pretty stuck down here. I mean, we may as well just pick a direction and start moving. Yeah, we totally did get into the dome. So we were able to open the door from the inside. I have a vague memory of doing that. I still remember most of the information that we've gathered, but not always where we gathered it from. And believe me, I'm spending a lot of time thinking about all of the stuff that's happening in this game off camera. It is tough to not play a lot more of it. Although I guess I could. With a lot of series, I try not to record more than one episode a day, partially because I'm trying to take people's feedback into account and stuff here. But here I'm trying to be careful about reading comments because people spoil things. Not because they're trying to be jerks, but they still do spoil things. You know, they're trying to help. They feel like they're helping. And I get it. I understand the impulse. Alright. This was definitely important. I remember this being important. This is totally just going to take us back to the observatory dome, right? Okay, got kind of bumped by all of that noise happening right there. Basically, I just want to get back to Nomai society. I want to get back to the part where all the buildings are. This is not how you are supposed to do this. It works, though. Listen, if they didn't want me to do things out of order, they wouldn't have given me a jetpack. Yeah, we were totally in here. This is not where the quantum tower that we couldn't access was. But that's alright. This has got us out to the surface of the planet at least, and now we can navigate a little bit more easily. Sadly, I am not allowed to steal Ryback's ship. Parthians have strong feelings about property rights. Why, to take things from another being would be unconscionable. Except, unlike most people who are wild about property rights in the real world, we actually practice our beliefs. Okay, here we go. So we have not tried taking the ship inside the crust of the planet, right? Or the planet yet, right? And I don't think we have. The place is pretty busted up. I think we might be able to just navigate down there. Let's try it. This will give us a lot of freedom of movement. It'll also potentially get me hit by big flaming rocks. That could happen. Okay, here's the tower area. Let's see if we can land the ship here. Y'all, I don't want to, like, toot my own horn too much, but I really feel like I'm getting a lot better at piloting the ship and the suit both. Yeah, this is a really useful place for the ship to be. This is good. So, we saw that. That is absolutely a teleporter receiver. But it's on the inside of the planet. Could the Ash Twin Project fire us here? I guess the teleporter receiver that's on the outside of the sun station is not where we actually land when we take the teleporters to the sun station, right? It puts us inside a building. So what I was initially thinking there was this can't possibly be for the Ash Twin teleporter because the Ash Twin teleporter can't see this. But maybe that's not exactly how it works. Yeah, and see, like, Floor 1, school. Floor 2, meltwater. Floor 3, eye shrine. Take the teleporter if you want to reach the Black Hole Forge. So why doesn't the teleporter work? I guess is the question. If there were a teleporter that was aimed directly at... If there were a teleporter that was aimed directly at this... Wait, what is that? What I was about to say is maybe we have to figure out how to use the teleporter at Whitehole Station. Because it looks to me like the only thing that would be aimed directly at this is something that is aiming through the black hole. So maybe we could use the Whitehole Station teleporter to deliver us here somehow. But I also am realizing that I don't actually know what that is down there. Let's go down to the bottom of the shaft here. Never not disorienting. Yeah, what the hell is that? Huh. We cannot really get any lower, it doesn't look like. There's some kind of big... I guess we could go back up to the ship and just fly to it. We can, in fact, get lower. Yeah, you know what? That break in that wall there looks suspiciously positioned to give you an easy way down. We're in photo mode. Okay, so the ghost matter doesn't really want me to go over there, but this... I remember us flying around this ghost matter a lot. Like, it's not a strong impediment. Put this away. Takes up too much screen real estate. Stupid high gravity. Okay, we'll just fly right over to that building, I guess. And there's ghost matter stones there, too. Ooh. Yeah, see that right there? That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. And I say, like, I feel like I've gotten a lot better at the piloting part of this game. Oh, crap, ghost matter stones. Where is the actual ghost matter? Okay, it's, like, in the other room. So where... Oh, I'm right above the thing I was trying to get to, I think. Yeah, check it out. Have we been down here before? This might be a new scroll. Well... I don't see any obvious openings on it. I wonder if... We might want to investigate this with the ship. Okay, thingy. Okay, we can use it to go down as well. So that is probably the way the way you're intended to get down here is by activating this on the other floor. I think there was a control panel on that middle... Well, I didn't mean to fly down here to show it, but yeah, that. Where is there even a wall around here? It would have been a lot more useful to find this scroll back when we were exploring this area the first time, because I don't even know where we could plug this in. Yeah, there's scroll racks all over the place around here. Alright, let's try to make it back to the ship. What I would really like to do here is get back to the ship and fly down there and investigate whatever that is. I think the ship is realistically the only way we're going to be able to do that. Our suit, Oh, hey. This is the school. What on earth is happening there? Okay, the rocks falling through the planet don't have collision the way they probably should. They don't always collide with things. Okay. This scroll. RU new text. Formation of this universe. No one knows how this universe was made, but one thing we do know is everything used to be very hot and very dense. Wait, this is new, isn't it? As this early universe expanded, it also cooled down. Once it had cooled down enough, particles were able to group together to form things like galaxies, stars, and planets. Since then, space has continued to expand at a faster and faster rate, which is hard to think about for too long without your brain hurting, or without instilling in you a sense of real existential terror. This universe will keep getting colder and larger until one day the stars and the life they support will all die. Yeah, that's the terror part. That's scary to think about, even though Kanoi tells me it won't happen in our lifetimes. But it'll happen in someone else's someday. Well, that's just a very, that's a very optimistic view he's taken there. How the hell do I get back over to the ship? Okay, we gotta take this bridge. I could probably just fly over there, but... man, I don't remember exactly... Yep, that area is not safe. This is the part that we were flying around before. Okay, I could... Ooh. My foot got caught on the railing there, the little lip. Oh, I think we're about done. Okay. Let's go quickly then. We got like a... Hold on. It is 25:17 according to my recording equipment right now. We're going to make a note of exactly how long we get before the sun explodes. From 25:17. Because I think that would be a useful thing to know, exactly how far away the music is from the explosion. Is this... I think this is the level we want to be on. Yeah. This is, by the way, not what I came here to investigate. So we haven't really accomplished any of the goals that I was thinking about when we started this loop. Okay. Do not fall into the black hole, though. Yeah, what the hell are you? It's definitely a Nomai structure. It's got one of those Nomai glass viewing panes on the bottom. Like, this is very obviously their architecture style. It sure doesn't look like it has an entrance, though, does it? I'm trying so hard not to crash into anything and also not to get sucked into the core of the planet. Okay, so here comes the supernova. And that music happens like just about a minute, like a minute and 10 seconds maybe, before the sun collapses. So yeah, when you hear that, you really don't have long. Can we get in from the top maybe? I'm trying to go up. It really doesn't want to go. It didn't look like we could get in from the top or the bottom or any of the sides. What would that actually be? Alright, well, looks like this is going to be a real Brittle Hollow heavy episode. We need to go back to the Quantum Tower and try to figure out a way in. I'm pretty sure we never got into the Quantum Tower on Brittle Hollow. And the wall in the tower on the Quantum Moon tells us that the tower on Brittle Hollow is pretty important. And then we still need to figure out what the hell is going on there. We need to get into the Black Hole Forge. And then we can, like, worry about the Quantum Grove or whatever. I'm sure the Quantum Grove on Timberhearth here has a very important lesson to teach us about, I don't know, rhyme schemes or something. But it's going to have to wait. I am now in the grip of this other mystery. I wonder if that volcano on the Lantern Moon is going to end up being important. If we're going to have to navigate back in there. Because it sure didn't feel like there was anything super meaningful. It's a little bit like the Sun Station in that, like, it's probably not information that's going to help us solve anything. It's good setting information, and there are things about the world that will make a lot more sense with these pieces of information at our disposal. Oh, right! This is how we were getting in before, isn't it? Hold on. Let's take it easy here. Approach carefully. There are those rickety wooden platforms by the escape pod. I remember now. Let's try to land on this rock. Okay. Landing cameras are for amateurs. Alright, so these platforms break when you land on them too hard. Maybe we'd be best trying to land over here first. And then this is that wall that I bounced off of the first couple of times that I tried to fly over here. I remember that. So I'm capable of remembering abstract information and also trauma. It's just all the other stuff that gets lost. Okay. Are we near Rybeck? We should probably talk to Rybeck again, right? Where is my man? He's like right below us, but 423 meters is going to put him on the other side of the black hole, I think. So yeah, this is the unstable city. We haven't been here in a while. I think that's the first drawing we saw of the eye, right? Maybe. Yeah, it has been a little while since we were here. There, yeah, there's the mural that tells us that the ship got caught inside of Dark Bramble. Okay, I'm remembering the map of Brittle Hollow a little bit now. Yes, I did almost just walk off the bridge, in case you were curious. When we get a little closer to that drawing, it would be down there. Planet would like us to know that it is angry. So yeah, the eye calls out to the vessel. Dark Bramble reaches out, and I'm assuming the vessel's a spaceship, right? So it must have been moving pretty fast. Space is a big place. So this is kind of wild that this was able to occur. It's not like the ship sat in one place for a million years, and then the brambles just kind of grew around it over time. This must have looked absolutely terrifying. And then 2 of the escape pods were launched clear. One of them is stuck in Dark Bramble, and the vessel is also stuck in Dark Bramble. I don't know what we necessarily do with that information. We could follow the escape pod signal with our signal scope, but basically I don't want to go back to Dark Bramble. We have some kind of idea of how to maneuver relatively safely in there because the fish are stupid, so maybe it would be fine. Well, I was really hoping we were done with the place, though. Is the hardest part of this tragedy not knowing who we may have lost? Or will the hardest part come later, when we learn? Wow, man, this whole little hanging city society is just very depressing. This game is really something, though. Like, it is able to evoke a remarkably powerful emotional reaction in me for how sparsely this story is told. Or honestly, maybe because of how sparsely the story is told. They give you the ability to fill in so much yourself. It's sort of the emotional equivalent of the shark from Jaws. You just make it more the thing you want to be, and it works for everybody because everybody gets to do that. Is this the way... This is the right way, isn't it? I think this is the way we accessed that hanging city area last time. I do not like it, and I am very tense right now with the thought of what is above us, but at least we now know that the black hole doesn't actually kill us. It just sends us to the furthest reaches of the solar system. Although I guess that's a lot less dangerous now that we know we can get back via the teleporter. I really wonder, at some point, it'll probably be like the last episode, I'll ask for people's stories of how they came to the information, because I really wonder how this feels if you, there's not another crystal here? Uh-oh. I wonder how the story feels if you come to the information in a different order, and almost everybody's going to, right? Like, some people probably figured out Whitehole Station the first time they fell through the black hole. That was really close to me. Isn't there... There's supposed to be a crystal over here. Shit. Well... Okay, maybe if we move fast, we can get above that and fall down onto there, and then we can get back to the roof crystals from there. So, sprinting, as much as sprinting as possible. Wait a minute. I just bumped something. Yeah, I can't move. I'm holding W right now. There is a gravity crystal here, but it's become invisible. Apparently that that bug that we had that was making some stuff invisible is not actually gone yet. I did some quick looking around on the internet after that episode, and it didn't seem like anybody else had ever had the problem. So I thought maybe it was a weird one-off. That's a really bad thing to have turned invisible, that one particular extremely critical gravity crystal. It's probably like, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm running the game on... My computer is reasonably powerful, but some of it is pretty old. Like, my processor is extremely old. It was just very expensive when I bought it. So I don't know. It's entirely possible this could be the problem could be on my end, is what I'm saying. So hold on a second. This actually gives us an opportunity, as we're walking back through here, to consider what happened a little bit more. So we know that a lot of the Nomai seem to have died while they were in the middle of things. This isn't like a civilization slowly starving out. They were suddenly killed by some kind of event. That's not what I meant to do. Photo mode. So what exactly is it that happened to them? We know that the ghost matter was completely contained to the interloper, I think, because they were talking about how dangerous it would be if the interloper were to explode. Okay, I know where we are now. Oh yeah, they were talking about how dangerous it would be if the rock with the ghost matter stuff in it were to get ruptured. That it would get scattered all throughout the solar system very, very suddenly. So that must be what happened. Like, what happened here is that the thing ruptured, the big rock ruptured. It fired ghost matter everywhere because it was everywhere throughout the solar system at an incredible speed because it was very highly pressurized. Trying to see if we can get on top of the school building. It looks like we can, because this would be a really easy way to navigate around here. Okay. Actually, it's a little more tricky than I wanted due to the presence of all these stalactites, rather. But this is approximately where we want to be, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the rock was flung everywhere, and that's why it's like in the various buildings and stuff here, because obviously they would not have built using the ghost matter material, the ghost rock, I guess. And it looks like it's not in the areas where the skeletons are now, because we know that ghost matter decays over time. It's been, you know, however long it's been, hundreds of thousands of years, and so the ghost matter has had a lot of time to decay, so there's very little of it left. But when the event occurred, it must have been everywhere, because it killed people in like almost all of these buildings, and it killed them suddenly, and I guess from what we know of it, probably pretty painfully and horrifyingly, so that's not a huge amount of fun. Wait a minute. Is that a teleporter? Okay, hold on a second. We gotta get up there. I think the arrangement of metal on the outside of the glass dome part of that room kind of looks like the teleporters. Is this the level? Yeah, hold on. We gotta go in that room. Have we been in here before? Yeah, we totally have. I remember this. No, it's not. Wait, what is this? Did we totally miss? Yeah, I was not thorough when we were here before. What is that? There's like a crystal or something on that. And it pulled up to the roof. The Black Hole Forge controls. It's the Black Hole Forge controls, obviously. We just completely... I was in this room, wasn't I? I remember being down here. So we're running around in this area. There are trees, and yeah, there are the scroll walls here, and there's like a scroll in this room. Yeah. How did I miss that before? Or did I not miss that, and I'm just not remembering that I... Is there anything? No, there's nothing down there. Okay, so we've pulled up. Right, the Black Hole Forge would sometimes have to be near, like, very close to the black hole, but you wouldn't want to have to walk into it very close. I feel like an idiot. Okay, so that's like the actual forge itself. Then how do we... That still doesn't solve the problem of access, but maybe we can access it from the bottom now that the bottom is no longer like dangling in the black hole. Or maybe the fact that we just moved the Black Hole Forge up there is only useful if we're actually accessing this. It still kind of seems to me like we might have to figure out how to get the White Hole Station teleporter aimed at the White Hole. I don't actually know how that works from a spatial perspective. Like, And we can fall through the black hole and come out the white hole. Right? So... But I don't know, I don't have any idea how the Nomai teleportation technology actually works, because it's magic. So I don't know if... Maybe we have to get here through the teleporter on Ash Twin somehow, figuring out what's wrong with it. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. This is not what we came here to do, although this is very interesting. I mean, that does look like it's the gravity floor up there, right? If we could just get up there close enough. But we can't get up in either of these towers. We're pretty close to the Quantum Tower, the Tower of the Eye. So we can afford to look around here a little bit more and still make it over there, I think. Oh, alright. Alright, wall. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any way to get power run to this wall. You can see that it's not turned on, so it wouldn't work for us. But yeah, you can see the pattern on that floor over there, and it looks purpley to me. It looks like it's on. How could we get up there? We could try to fly the ship up there and just roll it around and shoot ourselves out the bottom. I'm not, like, super confident about that one. Okay, this is the way to the actual Quantum Tower. Or the Tower of the Eye. Alright, I'm better at navigating. I'm still not better enough to for that not to be terrifying. I clearly remember last time I was here, the feeling of menace that I got from the black hole, and that is at least pretty dispelled. I do not feel that problem anymore. Okay, so yeah, this is just like information about the Eye of the Universe. They built this stuff with the intent of people who come after them encountering it, which was nice of them. Be welcomed in this place. This shrine is a space to reflect on what brought us to this star system. Signal from the Eye. We observed the Eye signal in our travels. Yeah, we've definitely read all this. Enter and open your mind to its possibilities. I would love to. I would love to enter. So where are we? We're not actually at the pole of the planet, but we're near it. And this must be the North Pole. We could go outside. We could try to get up top and see if there's a way to break in from the roof. We could also wait and hope that this part of the planet falls through the black hole eventually. Because if it did, it would be easy enough to explore from Whitehole Station. I'm trying to remember. We probably saw all of this already, right? Yeah, I no longer believe, as I did as a child on Ember Twin, that the Eye of the Universe wishes to harm us. Solanum is actually a pretty important character. I've not been saying the names while reading the text for the most part. So, unfortunately, that leads to me not remembering which person said what as well. But I feel like Solanum's a pretty important character. Solanum was the teacher here, right? It was his larger, easier to read writing on the blackboard for the kids to pick up. I still think that's a really cool world detail. Well, I'm looking at the clock. I don't exactly remember when we started this cycle, so I don't know where we are in it. It's possible that this is going to that this is not going to fall, right? That we're going to hit the end of the cycle without this dropping. Huh? Have we seen this? Yes. Yes, we have. Not super easy to get around here. And what I would like to do, really, is find a way back to the surface and try to get to our ship. I mean, that is our current goal. The ship is on the other side of the planet, but if we can get back up top, that shouldn't be a problem. We move pretty quickly once you are outside. I do not remember how you get back outside from here, though. Well, that helps. I definitely could not make all that distance. Alright, let's We could go back via the gravity crystals on the inside of the crust, but it's a long walk. I wonder if there's something about the gravity, or the black hole forge being raised that would make the teleporter work. Like, I wonder if the black hole forge being extended is the reason that the teleporter that seems like it's supposed to take you to... Oh, wait a minute. That's the piece of... I think that's the piece of Brittle Hollow that we need right there. Because the exterior of that tower looked a lot like... Ooh, I do not like being this close to the white hole. It's very hard to see. Yeah, that looked a lot like the exterior of the building that we saw on the inside of the tower on... What do you call it? Inside the tower on the Quantum Moon. So where did that piece fall to? I should have planned this better. Okay, our ship just fell through, which is awesome. Let's get in the ship. This is going to be so much easier in the ship. That's actually a huge stroke of luck that the ship came through at exactly this moment. I will say I feel like I've been pretty lucky so far this series. We've had a lot of things unfold in the perfect way for us to see them or understand them. Okay, so wheel around. That's the station. Where is the part of Brittle Hollow that has the huge tower? Oh, the headlights were already on, believe it or not. Okay, that's not it. That's the, obviously, the gravity cannon. I don't think we have a lot of time out here. This might not be the right way to do this just because of how long it takes for stuff to fall through. That's weird. It's weird that we can see a bit of our instrument panel. Oh, that's it! I think that's it? Landing gear damaged. I crashed into something. That is totally it. That is what the illustration on the inside of the quantum tunnel looks like. Or the inside of the tower on the quantum moon. The quantum moon tower. Okay, my landing gear is damaged. Bad news. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We were in here, weren't we? The place with the cracked little bit of... Right, but we couldn't get into the top part because the wall... I'm just going to get out of the ship at this point. I do remember this. We couldn't get up to the top of this because the wall's broken. Somewhat less of an issue now. Yeah, that is very interesting. So, hold on, there's a projection pit over here. Unfortunately, the floor here is not powered. Is there a projection stone in this area? I'm gonna untarget that. It doesn't look like it. I mean, you know, at this point this area has experienced some trauma. Who knows where that stone's gotten off to? Okay. Try to roll around and view this in a more natural way. Okay, this is interesting. Let's grab this scroll. God, I'm so pleased that our ship fell through at exactly the moment it did and allowed us to re-oxygen and refuel. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything else on this level. I do feel like we're cheating a little bit. Like, it feels to me like this is probably not the way you were intended to see this area. Oh, the music. Alright, we gotta... Stop? Okay, we gotta move quick here. Welcome, Solanum. Your arrival here means you've completed your preparations on Giant's Deep and are ready to depart for the Quantum Moon. On your pilgrimage, the Quantum Moon will carry you, just as it carried me and many in our clan before me, to the moon's 6th and most secret location. You'll be aided in your pilgrimage by the shrine our clan built on the Quantum Moon. But remember this final rule. To explore the 6th location, the shrine must be on the moon's north pole. Be curious on your journey. Oh, the quantum tower appears in different locations, right? Because it's a quantum tower. Hold on, I'm going to put this scroll down. Can I not? I Actually, I'm having a really hard time putting the scroll down. But I would love to pull that one out of the wall. But I can't while I'm holding this one. Oh, there's another wall. That will work just fine. Insert, insert. Quickly now. Don't go in. Apparently I have to stay close until it actually goes in. You're here to make your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon. You're almost prepared. Before you do, pause and remember your history. We make this journey not only for ourselves, but also to honor the members of our clan who came before us. Try to do this quickly. These Nomai looked upward from two differing planets and saw the same wandering moon visiting their skies. I'm going to get this all recorded here, because I can just go back and look at the archive. When you reach the Quantum Moon, recall these Nomai, and carry their curiosity onward with you. Okay. Many Nomai who dreamed of seeing the Quantum Moon died before we discovered how to make the journey. Okay, well, we will remember them as we do the thing. So we have now, I think, the ability to make it to the eye? Or at least to get the Quantum Moon into a position around the eye. How does the Quantum Moon work with our ship? Because the Quantum Moon appears in different places, and it seems to carry the bodies, the dead Nomai bodies that are on it with it. I'm just thinking, like, if we figured out how to get the Quantum Moon to move to a distant location, but it didn't take our ship with it, it would not probably be all that useful. Okay, well, I mean, I think you know what we must do. We still have not learned the lesson of the Quantum Grove, but we can't not try to put the Quantum Moon in the position around the eye and see what we can see from there, right? Okay, so where is the Quantum Moon now? Not around the Twins. It's not around Timber Hearth. It's not around Brittle Hollow. Wait, no, I did not see it for a second. It was just stars in outer space. You know how they are. Wait, are you... Yep. Yep, you are. Okay, so let's equip the scout launcher, get us a picture. Okay, we're going to come through the cloud cover a little bit more carefully this time. This is so cool. This game is so cool. Alright. Careful, careful. Boy, you really, you come in pretty low there. Okay, so we need the quantum tower to be... Huh. Was his shuttle here before? Oh, you know what? We're probably in a different, like, little crater area, right? Where am I relative to... Okay, we don't get our terrestrial map until we're outside. You can see I'm very nervous that we're going to lose the ship. Okay. Blue is South Pole. So, it's not easy for me to get to the North Pole from here, right? We'd go up into the cloud cover and we'd lose sight of the planet. What is going to be the easiest way to do this? Because we could shoot a, yeah, we could just shoot a random picture and then try to fly over to the North Pole. My concern here is that it leaves us pretty far from our ship. We might lose the ship. And I also think that if we get into the ship, if we start piloting the ship, we're gonna... I guess we can use the ship's scout launcher to keep a picture up. It's gonna take away this scout launcher. Yeah, no, that's fine. No, not what I wanted. Okay. Lift off until it gives me the other controls. Okay, we have a picture. The moon's not going anywhere. We just need to rotate around and come at it from a different angle. Okay, so this should be a different big cratery area. It's totally not, though. We're still we're still like extremely on the South Pole. All right. Try this again. We have the picture up. Everything should be fine. We're going to be a little bit more aggressive with moving around the thing. Move way more around it. It does suck that we can't see the terrestrial map at all while we're in space. Okay, managed to hit a tree, but apparently pretty gently. Where am I now? I'm at the South Pole. The South Pole is moving around to screw with us. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. The quantum moon is not the same when it's around the different planets, right? We're just going to make it appear somewhere else where it doesn't have the big trees and craters blocking our path. And we'll go get it there. So where is it right now? Unfortunately, I don't know of like an easy way to do this part, figuring out where the quantum moon is at any moment. We can see everything that isn't Giants Deep in frame at the same time here. Okay, I think that's it right there. No, not there. That. Yeah, that one. I'm a little worried that it might get around the backside of Giants Deep before we get over there, though. Yeah, I think it's going to do that. Break the autopilot. Try to go around the side of Giants. Nope, never mind. Well, you know what? The ship still has a lock on it, though. Maybe it can't move as long as we have a lock on it, because we're kind of observing it, right? Yeah. Okay, everything's fine. Trying my best to match velocity here. It's not quite working the way I would like. You know, the autopilot is not, it's not totally flawless. It has some problems. It does sort of seem like it's running from me, though, doesn't it? Alright, you. I don't want to be approaching too fast. Retrieve Scout, Fire Scout anew. Okay, here we go. Have we been around it? Or have we been on it when it's here? Slow down. Slow down. Alright, that's too much slowing down. I did beyond slow down. Okay. Something about the music here reminds me a little bit of Starship Titanic, like the music in Titania's room. Alright, so we want to go to the North Pole. Did my ship just disappear? Seems like our ship just disappeared. Oh. The North Pole has a big whirlwind. Well, that's inconvenient. And it's very loud. It also just pushes you back pretty aggressively. Nope. Well, now we're in space. It really bounced me up there. Okay. Good news. Ship is on Giants Deep. That is absolutely accessible. In theory, I should be getting gravitied pretty good here. There we go. Alright, listen, I'd be lying if I said that this is how I wanted this to go, but it'll work. Fortunately, we know that there are not any big sea monsters or anything, unless you count the jellyfish. We're probably faster in the air than we are in the water, so I'm trying to fly above it, but the gravity is very high here. I don't know if you've heard me complain about that in the past. Yeah, I mean, we're getting there. So, if we want to get to the North Pole around Giants Deep, we have to be pretty careful about how we go in. I mean, like, surprise, surprise, it seems like the Quantum Moon is designed to keep you from getting to the North Pole easily. If you're going to have a game where the progression of your abilities is entirely knowledge-based, you have to be pretty careful about allowing players to do things accidentally. Hey, did we ever, like, actually formally identify Gabbro's signal? I don't remember. The completionist in me would like it if we didn't have any unidentified signals. If when we turned on the scope we could see exactly what everything was. So maybe we should go have a chat with Gabbro real quick. And then we'll give this thing a try again. Our scout is like, oh, Outer Wilds has encountered an error and must close. Well, that's the first time that has happened. I'm just going to relaunch it real quick. Sorry about that, everybody. That happened when I was trying to reclaim the scout. My guess is that it was an issue with the scout taking a picture, because the recall control is hold the take a picture button. I think attempting to take a picture of wherever the scout was at that moment killed the game. That's weird. That's a weird thing to have happened. I mean, the scout was outside of the solar system, right? So probably that's a thing. That's the kind of issue you're not going to run into very often. Well, the good news is this gives us a whole new cycle to try to figure out how to get to the North Pole of the Quantum Moon on. So I wonder if it will be... I wonder if there's one planet where it'll be easier to access the North Pole, or if it's going to be a pain, but in a different way on each planet. We could probably do it... Well, I was going to say we could probably do it with the Giant's Deep version of the moon, but when we get above the cloud cover and then come back down, it's probably just going to put us down in the same location, no matter where we've moved around the planet to, right? Because that's the behavior that we observed at Timberhearth. Let's try to catch the Quantum Moon around a different planet this time. What if we caught it around, like, Brittle Hollow or something? Have we been to the Brittle Hollow version of the moon? I can't remember. Okay, Quantum Moon, where are you? And if we just get close to Brittle Hollow and then we turn away from it a bunch of times, we just, like, spin for a while, it'll probably appear. So we know that it's a pain to get to around Giant's Deep and Timberhearth. We'll try Brittle Hollow, then we'll try the Twins. I think we've seen it around the Twins. And then Dark Bramble can be the last one, because I just don't want to be near Dark Bramble ever. Okay, so let's turn away. We spin back around. I guess I'm hovering pretty close to an active group of volcanoes, where you could back up a little bit more. Okay. You know, at this point, I guess I'll just try to go to it if I see it around any of the worlds that we haven't tried to explore it on. But also, it does just kind of seem to be gone, huh? Alright, let's reach a nice equilibrium here. Got a little bit of distance to work with. That's the Addle Rock. Actually, can we see the Quantum Moon on the solar system map? Oh. Apparently it is around Brittle Hollow right now. Yes, we totally can. Okay, that's a way better way of finding it. Okay, try not to crash into the planet while you are doing this. The ship automatically rolls around if you get kind of close to a planet, so that you're in a reasonable landing mode there. So that is the ship basically having no confidence that I will not crash into Brittle Hollow. Okay, have we seen it like this? Oh, we're coming down directly on top of a dead Nomai, so that's fun. Okay, where are we? It does seem like you always come down in this at this point near the South Pole, right? Ah, the emergency scout recall activated. That was probably supposed to have happened last time as well. Because yeah, the shuttle is in that same location most of the time, right? That must just be where things come down on the quantum moon. No big surprise here. Well, you're not at the North Pole. You're near the North Pole. That's not going to be good enough. Right. Oh, wait. I want to have a picture that doesn't have the quantum tower in it loaded up here. And also a picture that doesn't have me loaded up in it. I don't think that matters. Alright, we're just going to try to access this with our ship. Or without our ship. I mean, I'm walking on something here. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, this is a bug. This is not how this is supposed to be. Right, we are not seeing the textures of the ground because we are underneath the ground. I was trying to just walk. Oh, look at this. It spawned us back here. Yeah, it spawned me back near the North Pole, or back near the South Pole. That's pretty weird. That's a pretty weird thing that just happened there. We just fell through the quantum moon. Okay. Let's try going... So if we go all the way up above the cloud cover, and then we come back down, it respawns us at the South Pole. We were close to the South Pole, but we weren't exactly there, and it moves our scout to the South Pole as well. We can see this is our scout because I'm taking pictures of myself doing this interpretive dance that expresses my frustration. The hell is my ship? Okay, my ship's just gone. Lovely. If we go inside the quantum tower... Okay, yeah, hold on. Let's try that. If we go inside the quantum tower and use the quantum tower to jump around on the moon... Maybe we can... Maybe. I don't know. We gotta try something. I'm all out of ideas here. Around Giant's Deep, let's turn on the lights so that we won't teleport without meaning to. Wait, we're not around Giant's Deep, we're around Timber Hearth. Huh. Okay, and we're definitely not near the North Pole. Huh. Oh, no, okay, it does not have a place where you can drop down inside of it. I thought maybe we were about to be able to explore a cavern within the quantum moon. Okay, let's try it again. I mean, it kind of seems like this is the play, right? I think this makes sense, using the quantum moon itself to teleport around. Or using the quantum tower itself, rather, to teleport around. Okay. So here on Giant's Deep, where on Giant's Deep are we? I mean, I guess I can see our terrestrial location without... Wait a minute. Turn the lights on, please. But we're not at the North Pole. Oh, okay. Maybe you can always travel the tower to the 6th location. It's just you're inside rock if you're not at the North Pole. Right, because the location of the tower seems to remain constant relative to the poles of the moon. Oh wow, you can actually catch it moving. That's kind of neat. Alright, well let's try navigating around the thing here. And we can get to the North Pole in this configuration of the moon. Or is there going to be a big belt of rock that keeps me in the southern hemisphere no matter what I do? Kind of looking like that might be the case. Yeah, and if we pierce the cloud cover, we'll just end up respawned at the southern pole. Doesn't look like there's a cave or anything. Yeah. All right, let's try another version of this. Okay. So we know it doesn't work on Timberhearth. We know that there's a storm around the one on Giant's Deep that prevents us from getting where we need to go. It looks like there's a big rock wall. Dark Bramble is the version of this that we haven't really tried. Let's give it a shot. Although I suspect that we're going to find that that also doesn't really work. There's a piece of information that we are yet missing. Okay, well apparently all you have to do is say the name of the planet that you would like to appear around, and the quantum moon obliges. Okay, actually we can move north. Maybe you just have to be on the Dark Bramble version of the moon. The Brambles have wrecked up whatever the defensive mechanisms were. Although it's looking like there might be an obstruction actually at the pole. Yeah, this is no good. Out of curiosity. I mean, we can still, yeah, we can hear all the dudes up in space. Oh, hey! There. Shuttle that definitely wasn't here before. It turns out the quantum moon is pretty loud, actually. Museum shard is in that direction. Okay, so our signal scope is not helping us at all here. And the shuttle is absolutely not always in the same location. Oh man, I'm really bummed out. I thought this was going to be the one. I thought we'd found it. Is that... Oh, wait a minute. Nope. This does not actually let us in. Okay. So there's something else that we still need to figure out to actually access the North Pole of the quantum moon to be allowed into the correct position of the tower that will let us travel to the eye. We're so close. There's not an entrance higher up or anything. It doesn't look like it. No, do not actually go into the cloud cover. Okay. And if we try to go above the cloud cover, then come back in. Yeah, it drops us at the South Pole again. Ow! Also very hard. Okay. I really thought we were onto something there. Hey, you know what we still haven't done? Get into the Black Hole Forge. The hell is my ship? Okay, maybe what we want to do here is... Right, I lost the... Here, let's take this thing to the twins. I mean, we know we're not going to be able to leave here, but we may as well look. Yep, okay. No big surprise there. Until it gets totally dark. Ramble. Oh, there we go. See, all it tells us to learn is quantum entanglement, the rule of quantum imaging, and the rule of the sixth location. But there's a piece of information that we yet need. Huh. Do you think we could walk up along this? Well, let's give it a try at least. Well, they put this here for a reason, presumably. Get a picture here of... Yeah. Picture here of the moon. We're not actually going through the cloud cover. But it does just walk us into the big wall. That's inconvenient. Well, they put that there just to mess with you. So does this pillar of sand, is this going to put me on Ash Twin? Nope, it's not going to do anything at all, it turns out. Alright, so we're just going to spacewalk ourselves over to Ash Twin. That's my plan. It might seem like a really stupid plan, and you know, I don't disagree with your assessment of the situation here. We came out really close to the sun, though, and actually I'm caught in its gravity. Well, I guess we're going to visit our old friend, the sun. Please no sun? Nope. Yeah, the quantum moon was actually very close to that star. Well, that's disappointing as hell. So what did we really learn today? We learned that the tower has to be at the North Pole. We got some more information. We figured some things out about the Nomai and what happened to them. I feel like we were pretty thorough in the tower after it fell through the black hole, but maybe there was more to look at. You know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to run the loop to that point and go back in there. I'll pick up the recording when we get there. Okay, I went to land on Brittle Hollow to, hold on a second. Let's just get a picture of this thing so we know it doesn't go anywhere. I went to Brittle Hollow to, you know, to go down to the tower and wait, and I realized there's a shard here that I either didn't know was here or didn't remember was here. Okay, so I want to make sure that the scout is looking both at the shard and at the planet. If it's just looking at the shard, I'm a little worried that it would get entangled away. I didn't remember this shard being here. And that doesn't mean that it wasn't here. It means that I'm very forgetful. So hold on, did we learn whatever we are supposed to learn from this one? If we swap to the tower shard. Okay, it was already identified. This is up to the top of the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Descend the steps to the entrance below. Oh, right, my scout wasn't out, so I'm letting that thing move around. It shows the current position of the quantum moon. Okay, that's interesting. So it says descend the steps. Where are the steps? I'm assuming that either I'm a huge idiot, or there aren't actually steps. You know, for whatever reason. Because they were destroyed by all that noise. It's really dark over here. Okay, here's the steps. Yeah, why was I not able to just descend the steps into the tower? This must be a thing we tried, right? They must break off somewhere. Use the scout to keep that shard in place. I mean, not like I think it's going to really go anywhere. Oh, is this just like a broken door situation? Does the door to the place not have its crystal? We've definitely encountered that a couple of times. No, it does. It just actually like doesn't have a door. You're supposed to go in by walking up the wall down below, but you can't because the wall is broken. Okay, that's why. Well, good to know. Alright, it seems like we have a little something to do here. Before... I was planning to only record for like another couple of minutes just as we explored the tower at the end of the loop here. Apparently we're going to be doing a little bit more. So let's get up there. There's definitely a wall up on top of that quantum shard. Have we read this? This atypical shard of rock is the reason objects in the grove are behaving in a quantum manner. A unique signal is coming from it. Yeah, I feel like we read this, right? The only other object we've observed displaying this quantum behavior is the wandering moon. Yeah. So what is this shard? What is the value of this shard? Because we were told in the temple, in a thing that was written by the Nomai, who presumably would know, that each shard had a lesson to teach us. Okay, the trees wander freely about. The entire planet roots and all. This is not normal. Maybe this is maybe what this is supposed to help us learn is whatever we have to know to figure out what the Quantum Grove on Timberhearth is trying to teach us. Record your observations here. We definitely did read these. It isn't only the trees. There's other matter, such as that rock. The rock has color and texture I've never seen elsewhere on this planet, but we have seen it when the moon is around the when the quantum moon is around the eye. This rock's presence is significant. Yes, I think that's definitely the case. Trees do move. Yeah, so like this is... It seems like this is trying to make it really obvious to you that the trees on Timberhearth in the Quantum Grove also move. Is that it? Is that all that this is teaching us? That sometimes the Quantum Shard has its effect on other objects in the area? Because I can't figure out what else it would be. Unless maybe the way you're supposed to get into the tower here is like when the Quantum Shard is in a certain position, it moves away enough rock that you can actually access. What if we do this? What if I make it so I can't see anything except the shard? Okay, it doesn't move if we... It would move if we couldn't see our surroundings, but it doesn't move if you don't see your surroundings, which seems like an important difference. We know the quantum moon has moved before during the like the opening sequence while we're blinking. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. The rules don't always seem entirely consistent. Oh, it gets pretty dark over here when the sun... Okay, when the sun's on the other side of the planet, if the lantern moon wasn't here... Well, no, it would never be dark enough, because they installed lights on the quantum shard. I'm just wondering if it could have gotten... Because it gets really dark over here. Yeah, if we could, like, break these lights, maybe we could get it to move around with us on it, but I don't think it's actually going to do anything useful. Well... Okay, maybe all that we're supposed to be learning from this is that it's moving other objects around it, not just the shard itself, and that is useful to us because it happens in the Quantum Grove, and it's the key to whatever it is that's happening in the Quantum Grove on Timberhearth, I guess. I don't know, it feels thin, it feels like I'm missing something, but I have no idea what that something would be. Okay, I'm going to stand here until this area falls into the black hole. See you in a second. Okay, here we go. That is the tower falling through the black hole, and us following not immediately behind, because I don't want to crash into it as we come through, but... Okay. Should be right in front of us. Wait. Yeah, definitely crashing into other bits of stuff here. There should be one of these big pieces that was right in front of us as we came through. I mean... Ow. I don't know that. I don't actually know how stuff falling through a black hole works. No, wait, I think it's over there. I think I just saw it. Yes, I did. Okay, landing gear is damaged, but hey, who cares? At this point, what could it possibly matter? Alright, so let's just see if we missed anything here before we wrap the episode. They really do not give you a lot of time. I sat through almost the entire cycle there, off camera. So we really are only going to have a minute or two on this. So let's not mess around. Let's get in there. We did end up reading everything that scroll contains. And the more I look at it, the more I look at like the way it's broken inside and stuff, I think it would be extremely hard to explore in a non-zero G environment, so maybe this is the only way to do the thing. Okay, let's see. There's just the two walls. Is there just the one loose scroll? I think there is, right? If we could get in here before it falls through somehow, I wonder if we could maybe find the projection stone or the projection pit on the floor down there. Actually, hold on. Have we... Oh, those are just the lights for the projection stuff. For a second there, I was thinking that might be writing we hadn't read yet. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we did see everything there was to see in here. Ow. That's alright, I don't need my head. It's gonna get turned into space vapor in a couple of minutes here anyway. So this thing indicates the quantum moon, right? Hold on. the way they've drawn the quantum moon here suggests that it has, like, tunnels, a network of tunnels through it, maybe? But I suppose we fell through it. We know there's nothing in there. But we know there's nothing in there in a way that we're not supposed to. So I wonder if maybe there are tunnels underneath it that you have to access in a certain way. They only appear. Because, right, it's like similar to the way that the mine shafts are represented on Timberhearth. Oh, interesting. This can just move while you're looking at it. So this is a method of indirect observation that doesn't prevent the quantum moon from moving around, even though it seemed like our ship instruments were capable of keeping it from moving around, even when we couldn't see it when it went around the backside of Giant's Deep, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I mean, maybe we just got lucky. Maybe the quantum moon tends to stay in one place for a couple of minutes before moving, and our ship instruments didn't keep it from moving at all. Yeah. Well, so what's up there is just the outside. Okay, we have stood on the other side of this wall. Yeah, I guess we saw everything that there is to see here, it looks like. Oh, and there's the there's the "You Are in Mortal Danger" music. This is the calmest mortal peril music cue I've ever heard in a video game. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to see here. Well, I'll save you guys watching me get dissolved this one more time. Don't worry, if you're really in love with that idea, I'm sure it will happen again a couple of times next episode. So come back for that if you're just, really into watching me suffer, and we'll see you then.